Happy Thursday, team. The snow is melting, or the ice, technically. The ice is melting and things are warming up. So that's good news. It's weird to feel pseudo like COVID this week, right? Like the shelter in place, some of those old memories start coming back. Kids are coming around. You're like, be quiet, I'm on the phone. It's a bizarre thing. So if everybody's been safe and warm. Let's talk about what's been going on in the world of the economy and just rates and stuff like that in general. This week's rates, they're down just a touch more, like 0.06 down. But guys, here's the good news. The Fed meeting yesterday, they did raise rates by a quarter. That was expected. They telegraphed that. And that's no surprise. What was nice about it is that their comments are basically saying that they're going to be more of a data dependent wait and see. So the cool part, you guys can see this, the red is today. This is known as a hammer. Like we're locking people today. We just, as you guys can see, for the most part, since when is this? Back in late November, first part of December, rates have kind of been, for the most part, in this narrow trading range. I just don't think tomorrow is the breakout day we're going to have. So we're in the part of telling folks that are in the pipeline and in the process to lock for the short term. We do have a lot of floors of support. You guys see that black line, that 50-day moving average? That's a nice little floor of support. What we're facing up against now, this red one, you can see it, we've hit it and come back, is that 200-day moving average. So the 200-day moving average is stronger. It's going to take a lot more than just some casual news. The Fed yesterday was obviously big news, but you see it even touched that and came back. So we're in a locking bias for anybody that's got a loan in right now. We're going to suggest that you lock at this moment in time. But we think long-term that things could still get better because of what the Fed said. Here's some stats I just want to show folks, because I had somebody ask me, like, what's your big picture thought on Dallas-Fort Worth, the housing market, et cetera, et cetera. Well, guys, and I'd like to give a shout out, Lindsay Wilcox Howard. Thank you. She sent this to me unprovoked. She just sent it to me. I was like, that's really good intel. Guys, the biggest thing I want to show, right? So there's 6 squares. To sum it up is this. Prices are still increasing. This is December 2020 versus 2021. So year over year from December, sales prices are up. So in other words, let me say that again. Housing prices are still going up. Yes, only 3%. Only is pretty normal. That's kind of a normal market. So house prices are up. The days on the market, yes, they're sitting longer. 57 days. That's no big deal. That's less than 2 months, right? A stable market, 6. So it's still a great time to be a homeowner in Dallas-Fort Worth. It's still a great time to buy. People are saying, no, I'm going to wait till prices come down. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't know, but they haven't yet in Dallas-Fort Worth overall. And we've been saying that Dallas is such a great place to live. People are coming in. I talk to Californians almost daily that are coming in, just people coming into Dallas-Fort Worth because the economy is so diverse, it's stable, there is a housing shortage here. So I just want to throw these stats out. Thank you for making it super obvious and easy for me, Lindsay. Appreciate you. I did see this, which I thought was interesting. This is where rent prices have dropped. The reason why we're showing that, because Dallas-Fort Worth is not in any of these numbers, is because inflation is coming down. So the Fed did say, hey, we've seen a lot of signs. They still want to see more signs. Without saying it, they basically said we want to see people lose their jobs. The biggest inflation driver that we have right now is just the cost of paying people. So in a weaker labor market, people don't have to pay as much, and that's for that inflation. But for the housing part, and this is what we've been saying, prices are starting to come down. It just takes a while because as people renew rents, they're going to see that the rent's not going up, but those renewals don't take place till 12 months after the first one. So these, you can see on the right-hand side, 3 out of the top 5, and then the other one in Arizona are in Florida. So you got, I was shocked by Memphis, by the way. But then you got, what's funny is you got 3 of the top 5, and then over on the left side where things are improving, it looks like everybody's going to Naples and Marco Island because Florida's top 4 there. So that, I just thought that was interesting. January jobs reports coming out tomorrow. So this is the other thing about the Fed. Their next meeting is not till March. That means they got tomorrow's job reports and then the one that comes out in March. So they're going to have 2 really good looks at the labor market to see what's going to be happening. And right now, the ADP report that came out yesterday said that roughly about 103,000 people lost their job. So that's a big deal, right? As more people lose their jobs, again, it does unfortunately mean people have to lose their jobs, but it helps with inflation for people don't have to pay. Because if the other stat that's not up here, if people kept their job, they got a 7% year over year increase. For people that left and switched and went to a new employer, they had like a 15% increase. So again, there's still a labor shortage out there. And so employers are having to pay more to get this, which ultimately then means they pass it through. They either make less money or they pass it through to the consumer. So with more people losing their jobs, suddenly people are less likely to switch. And even if they do, they're not getting a 15% pay raise. So that's interesting. Lastly for the day, the feel good story. And I'm not trying to get like political as far as like the internet and trolls and all that other stuff, but I don't even know who this Mr. Beast is. So don't judge me on this. I just saw this and thought that was pretty cool. The dude paid for 1,000 surgeries for people that were, blind to come in and do a surgery where they can suddenly see. And so people are basically hating on him, saying, "Oh, it's not, he's doing this for his own good and his social media views and helping him out." Okay, fine. To anybody that says that, the only thing I say is, what did you do last week? Right? What did you do last month? Did you help 1,000 people get a surgery that you paid for? So I just want to give props to the dude. Don't even know him. Don't even follow him on social. I don't even know what it was, but somebody told me about it. And I was like, good on this kid. Don't know who he is, but he's at least putting, I don't care if he makes $3 million off this. He helped 1,000 people that weren't helped the day before. So that's my 2 cents. So guys, all that to say, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. It is warming up. I think maybe my kids will go back to school tomorrow, to be determined, but we'll see. So with all that said, shelter in place safely. Enjoy the sun when it comes out this weekend. And as always, guys, this weekend, if you have questions about mortgages or need somebody to get pre-approved, we're here for you. And when you think mortgage, think Mark. Bye.